Have you ever loved someone so deeply that even a single betrayal feels like the world has collapsed? Alice did. And she never expected it would come from the one person she trusted most. She met him, Michael, on a rainy afternoon in a bookstore, the kind of day where strangers feel like they've been waiting for you all along. And she fell. Hard. She thought she knew love. But she was about to learn how fragile trust can be. What would you do if the person you loved most not only broke your heart, but shattered every memory you thought was real? Alice remembered the first time Michael kissed her. The world seemed to pause around them. Her heartbeat aligned perfectly with his. It was a moment of absolute certainty. She was home. For 3 years, they built a life that seemed unbreakable. Morning coffee, late-night walks, whispered dreams shared under starry skies. Every "I love you" felt like a promise. Every touch, a bond sealed in eternity. But love can be a lie dressed as warmth. It began with small things. A text that appeared when he said he was at work. A soft laugh in a tone he quickly covered when she walked into the room. She brushed it off at first. Maybe paranoia, she told herself. Maybe love makes us see shadows where none exist. Then came the day she found the envelope. It was tucked behind a drawer in his desk. Plain, unmarked, but heavy with the weight of a secret. Her hands trembled as she opened it. Inside were letters. Dozens of them. Not just letters. Evidence. Evidence that the man she thought she knew loved someone else. Not fleetingly, not lightly, but in ways that were obsessive, intimate, lifelong promises of devotion, written for a woman who wasn't Alice. Alice sank to the floor, clutching the letters to her chest, trying to breathe, trying to scream, trying to make sense of the betrayal. Each page she read, a dagger twisted into her heart. Every word, a world she didn't belong to. A life she thought she shared, but never truly did. The confrontation was inevitable. That evening, she stood in the doorway, letters in hand, heart pounding like a war drum. Michael looked at her with confusion. A faint smile appeared, then vanished when he saw her face. "Why?" Alice whispered, voice breaking. "Why would you do this to me? To us?" Michael's answer? A silence that cut deeper than any confession. Finally, a low murmur. "I didn't mean to. I thought I could." She didn't let him finish. She couldn't. Betrayal wasn't something to be explained. It was something to survive. Alice left. No bag. No friend. She just walked into the night, letting the city swallow her in its cold, indifferent arms. For weeks, she didn't sleep. She didn't eat. The memory of his smile haunted her, and the letters, they whispered at the edges of her mind. Every lie, every touch, every false promise. Then one evening, she found herself back in the bookstore where they had met. She stood among the shelves, fingers brushing over spines, searching for solace in stories of other lives, other heartbreaks. And there it was, a small, handwritten note tucked inside a copy of her favorite novel. It wasn't from Michael. It wasn't even from someone she knew. It simply said, "Sometimes the heart breaks not because love dies, but because it was never ours to keep." Alice held the note for hours, feeling the slow ache of acceptance. Betrayal didn't just break trust. It tore apart the version of herself that had believed in forever. But she realized, painfully, surviving it would make her stronger. That one day, maybe, she would love again. But never the same way. Never blindly. Never without remembering. Her tears weren't just for Michael. They were for every moment lost, every whispered promise, every stolen joy. And in that heartbreak, Alice found the fragile seed of healing. And that's where Alice's story pauses, for now. If this story touched your heart, if it made you remember the fragility of trust or the power of survival, please like this video. Subscribe to the channel and join our family where we share stories that make you feel deeply, stories that stay with you long after the screen goes dark. Comment below. If you were Alice, what would you have done with the letters? Would you confront, forgive, or walk away forever? I can't wait to read your thoughts. Let's talk about it.